Hey everybody, welcome back to your Lead Sites Orientation series. If you've made it to this video, you should already be logged into your website, you should be connected to Google Analytics, and you should have already connected your CRM with your lead site. If you haven't done those three things, then I would suggest that you go back and watch the previous videos before moving forward, so that way you've got everything set up and connected the way it needs to be. Now, what we're going to be doing in this video is getting you guys exposed to the apps section of your lead sites. And like I said in the very first video, each app is going to have its own individual video, so what we're going to start with is Squeeze. So if we make our way over to the apps section, you'll see here in the bottom right-hand corner, this is the Squeeze app. And if we click on this, the first thing it's going to take you to is a list of all the Squeeze pages that you would have created. Now, you haven't created any Squeeze pages just yet, so you're not going to see a list like this in front of you. You're going to want to click on New Squeeze Page. And that's going to give you access to all the different templates that we have available for you to use. Now, why exactly am I showing you this app first? Why is this the first app we're diving into out of all the other ones that you saw on the apps page? And the reason is you'll find out that Squeeze pages are going to be one of the most important lead gen sources for you on this website. Specifically, pairing something like a Squeeze page with a Facebook ad is just one way that a lot of lead sites users are picking up leads weekly. Now you'll notice right now we have 7 different sections of Squeeze page templates. So you have the forms, you have the call to action section, you have the opt-in with Facebook section, you have the home value analysis pages, you have the brag wall, contact pages, and mortgage calculators. Now the Squeeze page app itself is going to get more sections and more templates as we move along. We have a lot of future updates that we're planning on rolling out. So depending on when you're actually seeing this video, it might look different than what you're currently seeing on screen, but I assure you all the different functions and features are the same. Now we're going to start with the form section since this is one of the areas that agents spend most of their time. Specifically, the guide giveaway and 50/50 call to action, these two templates are used quite a lot. And with good reason, they work out very well in a lot of different ad campaigns that agents are running. So let's start with the guide giveaway. Now when you select your template, it's going to load up the template you just chose, and you're going to see a bunch of different options now appear on your left-hand side. Before you start diving into these different buttons right here, we recommend that you customize your Squeeze page. Now, you can see the orange icon that appears whenever I hover over something that I can edit. So if I click on this image, you can see I have the ability to change this image out or change my logo, change the phone number on the template, change the image down here, and even the form that's on the page. Maybe I want to hide the phone number, or maybe I want to hide the wildcard section. Now let's go ahead and create a Squeeze page that's focused on giving users access to a list of single-story homes. And there you guys have it. You can see in just a few short minutes, I was able to create a full, complete page focused on delivering a list of single-story homes to potential buyers. Now, something you may have noticed that I did forget to mention is if you click on a photo anywhere on this page and go to upload, it opens your media library. So this is where all the photos on your website are stored, and you can access this section by going to photos in the navigational menu on your site. Now, you will have access to some stock photos that went into building your site, and you can use those on your Squeeze pages if you want, but if you want to upload photos that are more relevant to your market and the type of homes in your area, then I would suggest using the upload files section in the top left-hand corner. And this is where you can upload photos directly from your desktop. And this is definitely something advisable. If you can upload photos and media that are more relevant to your specific audience in your market, that's always going to help you convert more leads. Now then, we've covered everything we need when it comes to customizing this page, so what's going on with the left-hand side of our screen over here? There's a bunch of different buttons and options available. Well, once you're done customizing your page, the very next thing you want to do is decide what you're offering here. Is this a download or is this a redirect? Now, a download is something like a PDF, some type of guide or giveaway that you want someone to have immediate access to after they fill out your form. If you select the download option, as soon as someone fills out the form on your page, they're going to be given an immediate download, meaning they're not taken to another page, they get to download that PDF and take it with them as soon as they're done filling out the form. If you select redirect, you're actually going to be sending the user to another page after they fill out the form. So in this specific instance, I want to give people access to a list of single-story homes. Chances are I'm going to want to take them over to another page that has those homes listed out. So I would probably use the redirect option. Now we'll cover in another video exactly how to get homes set up on a specific page and how to create custom markets. But for right now, I just want to illustrate the point that if you're giving someone access to some type of pre-composed search, chances are you're going to be using a redirect. If you're giving someone a guide or some type of content, some type of giveaway, then chances are you could use download. Now we'll get into more complex ways to structure all of that a little later, some more advanced strategies, but that's just the basis of what you need to know when it comes to these two buttons over here on the left-hand side. Now, just below these, you also have a selection of different apps that do pair well with squeeze pages. And like I've said before, we're going to go into more detail with each of these apps in their own video, but I will discuss how these all integrate with Squeeze. And we'll start on the right-hand side with the Paths app. For those of you who aren't sure yet, Paths is basically a way to connect the leads coming into your website onto specific sequences or campaigns. It's basically a way to distribute the lead information however you want. So let's say there are buyers coming in on this squeeze page and they're opting in, and from there I want them put on a specific email sequence. So I've got my buyer's newsletter right here. So I basically just set up a path. So as soon as people come in and opt in on this form right here, they're going to be put on that email sequence immediately. That's why it's so important for you to have your CRM connected before you get into this video here. Now, to the left of the Paths icon, we have this envelope right here. This is where you set a featured image for the page. Now, this is something that gets overlooked quite often. If you try to share a squeeze page to Facebook, for example, and you don't have a featured image set, then Facebook's not going to know what to pull, and it's not going to give an image on the post itself. So always make sure you've selected an image. And usually I try to make sure the image that I'm selecting is very consistent with the image that I chose to use on my landing page itself. Now, if you did publish this page before setting that featured image and you try to go back and then set the image, you will still have to use what's called the Facebook debugger to actually get that image to show up on Facebook. You're basically saying, hey, I made an adjustment to this page. I want you to rescrape this page so you can find that image. Now, if you're not sure how to get all that done, then always remember that you can just let us know, let our support team know, and we can go in, check the page, and run it through the Facebook debugger for you. Now then, to the left of the featured image icon, you have the Pixels app right here. And for those of you who are more familiar with Facebook, this is essentially where you can use Facebook and the pixels given to you from Facebook to track specific actions on the page. So for example, if you're running a Facebook ad, you can make sure to track people who are landing and viewing this page, as well as track people who are actually opting in as leads on this page. We have plenty of Facebook resources available, and we have office hours dedicated to this subject every single Friday. So if you want to get your questions answered when it comes to Facebook, setting up audiences, setting up ads, make sure you attend our Friday office hours. And I'll be sure to go more in depth with Pixels and what they can do for you when we are covering the Pixels app itself in its own video. And to the left of Pixels, you'll see Texty, and this is where you can designate a specific text message to be sent out whenever someone opts in on your page. You can also receive text message notifications anytime a lead is coming through your website. Now, it's important to remember here that I've turned off the phone section on my form, so if I've done that, I can't send out text messages to these individual leads because we're not getting a phone number to associate with that lead. And finally, we have the Find Me app icon, which is going to help you adjust the meta description for your page. Now, that might sound like a completely new and random phrase that I just threw at you, but basically, if you think about a Facebook post, you'll notice the headline that's below the image and then the link description that's below that headline. This is where you can control what's displaying in that section. So let's say for this one, for example, I want Facebook to be showing underneath the image in the headline section, I want them to show single-story homes. And then in the description section, I exit it out because I want to copy some of this. So let's say I'm going to copy this section here, go back to my Find Me app, and I'm going to put that in my description. So now that's the information that Facebook's going to know to pull and display on your post. Now all that's left to do is save the page, name the page, and then publish it. Beautiful, so let's go take a look at the page we just finished creating. And there you have it. So this is an excellent page and an excellent tool that you're going to want to get very familiar and comfortable with, since you will be using it quite frequently. Now, that process of clicking and editing and everything we just went through is going to be the exact same for all these different templates. So I would suggest that you take time to get familiar with all the different templates you have access to. Squeeze pages are also something we have a huge focus on Friday's office hours, because Facebook and squeeze pages go together so well. So make sure you're signing up for those Friday office hours to get any questions about squeeze pages answered, or you can also have one of us walk through your squeeze page and give you some feedback. And that's basically all you need to know when it comes to getting started with your squeeze page app, guys. If you have any questions, be sure to reach out to our support team and make sure you're attending office hours. And I'll see you in the next video.